What is up, you guys? I'm going to show you guys how to do how to use samplers to make these very typical sounding snare rolls. Everyone does them, but some people do it a little differently. I've been asking around, see how everyone does, and pretty much the easiest way is to use the sampler. But I do prefer transposing it in samples, which would be like transposing each of these individually and then making a build like that, because I like to control things on the sample level and not so much through a sampler through MIDI. But this is the easiest way, so let me just kind of make a quick loop and show you this by itself. So pretty much all you have to do is I'll just make a new one right here because it's that easy. You just gotta press Command T, which gives you a new audio track in Ableton. Then you just go to your instruments here. You just drag on a sampler if it will let me. Actually, you know what? That's not the way I do it. You just go over here to your instruments, drag down a sampler to down here, and it'll give you that track, because it's actually a MIDI track, so I was trying to add that on to a audio track, so it wouldn't let me do that. So now that you have a simpler right here, or any sampler in any DAW, it's just called a simpler here. You just then take your sample. So let me see, there is a sample in here that I liked. I think it was this one. That's perfect because I've already EQ'd this one to have that kind of to have an extremely high reso or kind of EQ that makes it sound even more cool. So this is my EQ for that. So you can see I cut the low ends out. I took out a little bit of the 1 to 3K range, so it's kind of at 1.6K. Just kind of dipped that by 3 dB. And then I took another dip at 11K by 5 dB. Just, this is just what I did for this sample. Whatever your sample sounds like, do that accordingly. So listen to what this sounds like by itself. So obviously I have that to work with, and then I just made it sound just a little bit more reso-y. And by reso I mean just I boosted a frequency extremely. So now that I have this sample I will go over here, click onto my simpler, and I will just press Option Command, or just Option it, and I'll drag it over. And now that the sample is loaded here, I can now on my keyboard just play it after I unsolo that. So just like that, you can play it. If you want to play around with the ADSR, which is attack, decay, sustain, release, go ahead and do that. If you want to do more stuff to the pitch, you can do all that. You can loop this, so you can let me see. Let me choose the length. You can do those kind of really fun stuff. The simpler is such a good sampler, and it makes a lot of things easy to do. So if you want to also do those kind of intros where it starts off really slow, or really if you want to do those kind of things, you can do that, but I don't even know why I'm showing you that, because it's not the point of the tutorial. So now that I've shown you guys what to really do to achieve that sound, let's go back to our little clip here. So all you do then is just, find the root note, which is pretty much the note that sounds just like the original sample. So on this case, it was it's usually going to be a C note. sometimes it's a C2 or C3. Just really depends how many little transpositions it'll make for that sample. And again, you need to unsolo everything. So yeah, for this one it's a C3. That's what the original sounds like. If you need to listen back to your original sample, then go ahead and do that. And then, you know, just draw out a little with the pencil tool. You just draw out your little roll, and then just start making it go gradually higher and higher and higher. And it's really easy to do. So that's like a no-brainer. And what I also, in addition, like to do to that is I like to kind of filter the end of it to kind of like fade away. So I can make it a little bit shorter. So you can see just the filter is just now gonna come in and start low passing everything. And to do that, I just clicked on the automation here. I just drew that in, and that's that. So without it, so that's a quick tutorial right there. It's super easy to do. That's kind of like a beginner tutorial right there, because the effect is very obvious when you listen to it. Everyone knows it's being transposed, and it's a really cool thing. So like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever. Thanks you guys for watching.